All right, welcome everybody. So today I'm going to do something a little different than I usually do, and I'm going to do a quick rundown and assessment of a couple of positions. I am going to run through China via the ETF FXI. I am also going to run through Google through its stock symbol. So to do a proper analysis, what we don't want to do is we don't want to fight the market. So let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500 first. Now let's talk about how this works. We're gonna go from a long time frame, and we're just gonna continually zoom in. Now, a long time frame gives you a more macro picture. As we zoom in, it becomes more micro and down until we have our final opinion. So our opinion will shift as we go through these time frames. Chart setup. I see a lot of guys do a lot of stuff. Look, there's reasons behind people having all that crap all over their computer. And if you're trading, minutes or seconds or something like that, I get it. Okay. But for most people, you don't need to do that. You need to have this screen right here, price and volume. All right. So let's go ahead and let's zoom out to a monthly chart. This would be the first thing we would do. We just want to make sure, are we fighting the market right now or are we not? So here is the S&P 500. I'll actually extend this a bit. Back here, you will see 2008 and 2009. Let's go ahead and just throw something there. Here we go. 2008, 2009, right there. And this is the volume associated with that time frame. So what we want to look at in volume are just large trades happening. That's the point. We just want to know if there are any large trades occurring, anything that we should be aware of, right? Because large trades can only be created by one group of people, and that is typically institutional investors, so big brokerages, big banks. And right now we are definitely in a trend following scenario in this market, very speculative. Everybody's kind of piling on. So those could be, multiple different actors, but all using the same levels, using the same sequences, using the same moving averages. And that really is happening right now. So that's kind of the abruptness of the market that we're seeing. And when you're in a market like that, you just have to be cognizant of that. You want to know what type of market you're in. Markets are not efficient simply because efficient market hypothesis is based around the fact that you have all of the information is in play, and that is what adjusts your price. So you automatically eliminate cash flow, which can shift at any moment. You automatically eliminate supply and demand, which can shift at any moment. And then you also eliminate all the undercurrents, all the hedging undercurrents in a market. So you're eliminating market makers as if they don't exist, but they make the market. So obviously they impact the securities that they are building a market for. All right, let's get started. So we see this big area back here with all the volume. This is a true economic event. It was massive, right? 08 and 09. So we go ahead, we move forward. We see 2020 right here. This was more of like a flash crash scenario, if you will. Although we were led to believe that there was a catastrophe occurring, it is very evident to anyone that looks at a chart that that is not the case. There may have been some fear initially. It was cleaned up very, very quickly. So this is definitely a market event too. Fast forward to today. Is there anything occurring right now out of the order? Is it out of the ordinary? Is anybody doing anything that would make us believe there's some economic event like maybe 2020 or 2008, 2009? I think the answer to that is no. Okay, so now we're going to zoom in a little bit. So on a broad scale, we're not afraid. All right. On a macro perspective, we're not nervous. So we go ahead and come into a week. We'll do the same thing. Back here is 2020. We go ahead and look at today, what's going on today. Is there anything occurring at this current high price level? Let's just call it a high price level that makes us believe that there's some event. Is there anything occurring out of the ordinary, mind you? I mean, the market does what the market does. I talk about that very regularly, but right now we just want to know if we're fighting the market. On a weekly basis,